Don't you still wish for a live-action version of Menasor and the robots who make him? If Michael Bay is interested in including any of the troublemaking sports car gang, he should seriously consider Dragstrip. Here's a version of him in an F1 car that has existed before. But is it worth the QC issues it could come with? Stay to the end to find out. Do we finally have a G1 Devastator that's perfect for live action? Subscribe to the channel for the upcoming reviews and more. And here is the racer edition of X-Transbots Overheat, aka their unofficial take on Dragstrip, one of the 5 Stumpticons that combine to form Menasor. I also have here the youth version of the same figure. In case you don't know, youth versions are X-Transbots' way of giving homage to the toy versions of these characters. Each of these figures come in their car modes when you unbox them, but I think we can start out with vehicle mode because this is where the Racer Edition delivers the most value. Recall that in the G1 cartoon, Dragstrip turned into a Tyrrell P34, which we know was colored yellow, and the youth version here matches that. But the Racer Edition turns into a real-life Tyrrell P34, the exact version used in F1 races. Here are images of this exact same car driven in F1 races in the late 1970s, starting from one showing it in action at the Swedish Grand Prix in 1976. Here's another one of this exact same car at Silverstone Circuit in that same year. And get this, Silverstone Circuit is the exact same track where the latest F1 movie took place and was filmed. As you can tell in each of these photos, the vehicle form with all its logos, paint, and decos matches perfectly with a real-life car. Keep in mind that the Tyrrell P34 is historically known as the only 6-wheeled vehicle to win an F1 championship. So while Dragstrip in the cartoon did turn into this exact same car, a car that exists even to this day, he didn't contain a paint application that can more easily show that a character like him can exist in real life. The Racer Edition here is the most explicit proof that it can. So if X-Transbots is accomplishing anything here, it is giving homage to the actual Tyrrell P34 that raced in F1 competitions. Being that Michael Bay is very much into sports cars and featured them a lot in his Transformers movies, he should seriously consider incorporating Dragstrip, if not the entire Stumpticon team, in his upcoming Transformers movie that he's currently developing. One of the big challenges in making live-action Transformers movies is translating characters from the G1 continuity into live-action depictions. It could be why we have yet to see a live-action portrayal of characters such as Omega Supreme, but I think it is totally possible to adopt Dragstrip and the other Stumpticons into live action, and they don't have to share the same blocky robot designs from the cartoon, nor does Dragstrip have to be that same Tyrrell P34. He can be pretty much any F1 car. Bay can execute the same magic to these characters as he did for the 2007 movie. Now, transformation is the same for every version of X-Transbots' unofficial take on Dragstrip, and it will be demonstrated in a separate video. But here are both figures in their robot modes. And for the Racer Edition, the epic aesthetic continues in alt mode. Just as in the cartoon, the V8 engine is converted here to his chest by folding into the driver's seat. Checking out his back, we have a very nicely tightened up backpack with those same exact logos on the hood of the vehicle. And even discounting the logos, it is a well done robot design overall, as the back table has been greatly minimized and still looking great, allowing for the logos to nicely shine on the racer figure. Now, as much as the racer version shines in aesthetics, it unfortunately remains behind in build quality. There are certain parts involved in transformation that can easily snap in two, and based on what I've heard, that includes folding up the engine inward into the chest. I've also noticed that either of his hip skirts can get loose and in fact fall off, so I definitely advise caution whilst converting him, especially when it comes to folding that engine inward or back out. Checking out the design of the youth version, its deco looks what it's meant to be, to give homage to the G1 toy version of the 1980s, and when comparing it to the racer version, I can easily tell that the racer version is the better fit for live action, as I can tell that the inner side of the other version's leg is painted yellow. I'm also a bit surprised that the back spoiler of the toy version is made of die-cast metal, unlike the one in the racer version. I think the racer version would have looked more realistic if its back spoiler were made of metal too. One thing I did notice is that unfortunately, the back shoulder of my toy version is cracked, so the left arm is very loose at the shoulder. Kisi is still a frustrating issue plaguing much of X-Transbots' figures, and they really need to badly step up their game on that. In terms of accessories, each figure just gets one blaster that you can peg into his arm. Articulation is entirely the same for both figures. The head's on a ball joint, and his shoulders can move up and down both to the side and vertically. He does have a butterfly joint, though it's all connected to one point right beneath his head. He also comes with a bicep swivel, 1 point of elbow bend, and full wrist rotation. His entire legs can get nearly 90 degrees frontward, though a lot less so backward. Each knee can bend a full 90 degrees, and his feet move up and down a decent amount and allow a great range of ankle tiltage. So overall, still a decent amount of articulation to allow for lots of fun. And so there you have X-Transbots' take on Dragstrip, the racer and youth versions. Both of them are great figures to own. The racer version shines the most for its uniquely cool paint deco, and I'm really glad X-Transbots decided to make this, as it clearly shows this particular G1 character can be adapted into a live-action movie. It certainly doesn't have to be in this robot form, but the makers of future live-action Transformers movies would be very amiss if they don't give him his live-action debut. Quality control unfortunately remains a liability for X-Transbots and is indeed a problem with these figures, and can unfortunately undermine the fun. I mean, look how hard it is for my Heath Dragstrip to hold his left hand up higher due to the cracks in his shoulder joint. And so because of that, I'm gonna give each figure an 8.5 out of 10. I would like to know your thoughts in the comments below. Do you think the racer version is worth the epic paint deco? Which version of his character do you like the most? Do you think there are better versions of his character than the one from X-Transbots? Otherwise, you can pick this figure up in the link in the description below. If you enjoyed this review, feel free to give the video a like and subscribe for more. And until then, I'll see you next time.